it's kind of like a gang mentality where people accept it, and then everyone jumps on board, and it becomes a terrible situation where people start picking on one's students. And when I was here, we had the same thing where occasionally there was someone who was picked on. And, you know, in hindsight, there are things I wish I didn't do. You know, I didn't necessarily get to be the one who was like you guys, who was willing to stand up and say, hey, we got to stop this, or there's a problem here. You know, I like to think I wasn't one of the ones instigating it or even carrying on, but what did I do to stop it? A lot of times it's very uncomfortable to do that. You got to be confident in yourself. You guys really must have a lot of self-respect for yourself, which is great, because you got to be willing to say, hey, look, I'm comfortable and be able to say to this bully or this person who's really cool, who's saying these bad things about this other guy, I don't want to be with this guy, I want to be with this guy. That's a hard thing sometimes to stand up for and say, look, I'm cool enough to handle this on my own. So I think it's a great thing, and we've been doing a lot of anti-bullying information out there, and Human Rights has been great in trying to reach out to schools and young people to try to teach them how important your dignity is and how we all have to respect each other. And you know, that is the hardest, that's the message that we're trying to convey, is respect for all, respect for everybody. And we're not all the same. And you know, a lot that's gone on in the world, I don't mean to go on too long, but a lot, you know, shows, a lot of TV shows and other things that we see out there in groups do show us sometimes the right messages and do show diversity of different religions and races and people who have handicap, and a show like Glee, you know, or something like that is sometimes almost makes it a campy experience, but they're trying to show the diversity of the world, and a kid in a wheelchair, you know, can be just like you and me. And that's the nice thing about, you know, show things like that and social, and when you start seeing people who are gay, the amount of the change that has gone on in the last 10 years, and I have to give a lot of the credit to Hollywood and to TV shows who have taken characters who are gay and made them the people we care about, as opposed to when I was young, where the characters who were gay were the ones we made fun of. Not we, me being, but we being the character was like the joke of the show. And now they're the characters we're caring about watching that. I think that's great, and I think that's true with other things as well. So you are here to make sure that the rest of the school cares about all the characters in this show, known as PSNS 178.